Okay, everybody, happy Tuesday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. All right. Well, first of all, the word for today is from Mr. Joe out of Canada. Joe, thanks for the word. Perseverance is the word. But before we get started, we got to give a big shout out and we're going to sing to this amazing lady, Miss Sarah Smith. Happy birthday to you. We hope you have the most amazing day ever. We hope Doll spoils you so hard all day long, okay? And Doll is actually has a really good name. Probably one of the best names I've ever heard. His name's Brent, just so everybody knows, okay? So anyway, happy birthday, Sarah. We love you. Now, the word for today is perseverance. So let me ask you a question before I read the definition. Do you consider yourself a person of perseverance? Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. So you kind of think about it as we're going through it today, but look at the definition. It is continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulty, steadfastness, like, well, perseverance, some would say, is stubbornness with purpose. Do you consider yourself a stubborn person with purpose? Andrea is like giving two thumbs up. So that I'm not saying you're stubborn, but she definitely gets locked in on something and she's not going to let it rest. Okay. Are you that person? So steadfastness or perseverance is doing something despite difficulty or delay until you're achieved or you've achieved your success, right? That's perseverance. That's being steadfast. So it might not always look the smartest or the fastest or the most attractive, but if you keep going, you'll get to where you're trying to go, right? Like, I love studying people and I love documentaries and I love looking at leadership and what they do in their 24-hour period. Like, that is something I love. But what I find is when a person has passion for what they want in life or they lock in, a person of success is just going to stay the course until it's accomplished. Okay. And a lot of times then it's kind of like check mark, what's the next mountain I'm going to challenge myself to conquer? But I've got to, I got to know, I got to feel the purpose. I got to feel like it's the right place. Um, so here's what mine's kind of coming from the heart now. When I look at people that are steadfast, they have perseverance. One of the things that I see in them that has given me the ability to learn in my own life is they don't leave the fire despite difficulty. And I see this so many times, especially in business. I see people will get locked in and then they'll let things pull them away from the fire. And the minute that happens, you're going to get cold. Okay? Like you can detach from the coach's corner. But if you like starting your day with like this energy or this surge or this community, then why would you detach? Well, because life's pulled you away. Maybe it's discouragement, maybe it's difficulty. But once you pull away, you're going to get cold. Think about yourself. Have you ever detached? I'm using the coach's corner for an example. Have you ever detached from the coach's corner? And you're like, if you were honest with yourself, was it that life just kind of sucked you away for a period of time? How did it feel? Beth Johnson says yes. It doesn't feel good. You don't get the same fulfilling. Have you ever detached from the gym? Like you're going, Cynthia Murray, like you're going, you're feeling so good, you've created this transformation, and then you detach from the fire. And guess what happens? You get cold. You get cold. Your body starts transforming in the opposite direction. You're not happy. So the lesson learned is once you're surrounded with the right fire, whatever that is, after this call, our business, our company does we do an income producing activity. Why do people detach from it? Difficulty. Their business takes a turn. But guess what? If you pull away from the fire, you're going to get cold. So you got to stay around the fire, the campfire. Okay? Same way mentally with self-development. Same thing spiritually. Why does people show up to church? Because it equips them with the power to go out and do what they want to do in life. Like they're so inspired, they're so motivated. The church is not what creates the spirituality, it's what creates the armor to be able to go out into the world. Detached from that, you get cold. You get cold. And so I share all that to say if there's one lesson that I and all of us can learn is whatever it is that's fueling our passion right now, don't leave the fire. And if you don't leave the fire, over time, you will persevere. Over time, you will learn a hack, a something that will allow you to gain and grow in that area to achieve what it is you want to achieve. And so for all of us, stay around the fire. Don't leave it, wherever it is. Spirituality, like your business, your health, don't leave it. Keep surrounding yourself to that fire that feels warm and good. Okay, don't let difficulty pull you away, or don't let another human pull you away from something they said or something, whatever. Stay the course. Okay, Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, beautiful lesson. And I appreciate that. And what I appreciate the most about persevere is that this is a trait. Like perseverance is a trait that we can all develop because sometimes, okay, now I am stubborn. So, coach, you said you weren't going to call me stubborn. You don't have to call me stubborn. I know. I am stubborn. I can't help it. But I love that, I remember when Kay was little. So, when our kids are stubborn, sometimes it can drive us crazy. But I remember saying to myself, this will bode her well as an adult. This will bode her well as an adult. And I think perseverance is one of those things that if we can learn, if we can develop this trait, we can get so much farther because we all see the people, right? Where we're like, man, how did they achieve so much? And sometimes we think, oh, well, they're just lucky, or well, they are connected, or they're whatever, right? We make all these, well, almost excuses for ourselves when somebody else is doing more. And I think, well, no, they just persevered when I quit, right? That they're so healthy, they have those crazy abs, whatever it may be. And really, they just persevered. So, what I loved about this is that we can absolutely develop this trait in all areas of our life that we want to. So, what I looked into was okay, I want to have this characteristic inside me. How do I develop it? So first of all, I've got to let go of that fear of failure. We all have it. We all have it. The other night we had a party here in at the Connect event in, or not here, but in Bucharest. And sometimes we're afraid to get out on the dance floor, right? Have you ever felt that? You're like, oh my goodness, I go out there, I'm like, I've got two left feet, I have no rhythm and there's no wiggle in me. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it anyway. But sometimes we think, oh, I can't, everybody will laugh at me. I can't try that. I can't whatever. But if we truly want to persevere, we've got to let go of that fear of failure, whatever it may be. And we've got to change that relationship inside us of failure is just that it's a setback. It's not the end of the road. It's just something that I can learn from. Next, I've got to focus on that growth mindset. I have to realize that guess what? this dog, it doesn't matter how old I am, I can learn new tricks. So sometimes we can tell ourselves, oh, well, I think about, I did this recently. I'm like, oh, I've never done transportation like that before, like trains and buses. I can't learn that. I can't learn that. Uh, yeah, I can. It's going to stress me out. I'm going to hyperventilate a couple times and there may have been tears, but I can still do it and I can still learn. And I've got to remind myself, oh, Rosser, you're not done learning. So you're 49 now. And if you want to be doing exciting things at 59 and 69 and 79 and beyond, well, you better keep going. So I've got to realize that I can learn. I've got to read another page in that book. Got to listen to another audio, ask somebody else's opinion, grow in every single day that I can. Next, if I want to persevere, I actually have to exercise, which sounds crazy, but our body is one of the great things that the more we move and we do, things to keep this vessel healthy, the more we're going to keep this vessel healthy, which is going to give us that strength and that fortitude to keep on going. And then I'll end with this one because we need time to sing, is we've got to build a network of support. Sometimes, especially like some of you do what I do, and sometimes people can think, oh, you're nuts, right? Go get a regular job, go back to what you were doing before, whatever it may be. And to kind of walk into a different direction, people might think you're a little crazy. But what I did in the very beginning is I plugged into the community and I built that support network. And you know what's really great is when you surround yourself with people that are crazy in the same way you are, you can go so much further. And so if we want to truly persevere, we've got to find ourselves a group of people that are strong-willed also, and that will fight even when the going gets tough. So that's what I had today. Joe, I hope that it did it justice. I was going to persevere and try to say your last name, but I don't have it. So we're just going to say Joe W. from Canada. We love you. And I don't know how to say your last name, but we're going to learn. You'll teach us over time.
No, great lesson this morning. Joe will forgive you for not being, we'll work on his last name. So guys, we love you. We got to sing happy birthday to this special lady, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And just so y'all know, she's in a really special place in my life called Alabama. Okay. Even though I'm not there, but, Sarah, we hope you have the most amazing day ever. And we're going to sing to you. So here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to
Birthday,
Sarah.
Happy lady. Hope you have a beautiful birthday.
Birthday, Sarah. Have a great day, everybody.
God bless.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Thank you for the messages.
We love you, lady.
Awesome messages.
Birthday.